Guys, my name's Nick. This is Porter. We're brothers, and I'm just gonna share a couple things really quick. If you can hear me, let me know. If I'm choppy, Moza can hear me all the way from South Africa, so that means that it's working. Okay. So we're gonna do this in 20 minutes or less, maybe 15. What I want to talk about today, I think I titled this "How to Make Money Building Simple Websites with Zero Technical Knowledge." Okay. The reason why I want to do this and go live, number one, is because I've realized that no matter how much you talk about what you do, you're going to get sick of talking about it before people even know what you do. I talk to people all the time. They're on my Facebook. They're, I think, maybe they unfriended me. I always think they're on my Facebook and they're like, so what do you do for work? And I'm like, dude, I literally post about it every day. And it's really annoying for me. I can't imagine how annoying it is for everybody else. So, in an effort to let everybody know what it is I do, number one. Number two is I've realized that when you start a business, when you start doing something that no one knows about or that's new, there's kind of like four stages that you go through. And here's the four stages that I went through. Number one is it was like I told everyone, hey, I'm going to start doing this thing where I'm going to start renting these websites and building these websites. It's kind of like real estate, but it's with websites. And I was like really excited. And then people would just like crap on me. They're like, oh, that's cool, bro. But like, is that a viable business? You know what I mean? Like, is that really a way to make money? I remember specifically somebody said that to me and really just pissed me off. And I was like, dude, I really, you just gave me motivation. So that's kind of the first stage that you go through. Then it was like you start making money, and people that they're like, well, he's either lying or maybe he's making money, but it's because of these reasons that make it so that he's an anomaly and no one else can do it. It's just him, right? Then what happens is you start to teach or have other people that you know do it, like you, Porter. Porter started doing this. He's making 10K a month. Our other brother, Zach, started doing this. He got up to 3K a month before he got distracted. I've had friends do it. I've had all kinds of different stuff. And then what happens is people are like, all right, I'm going to start paying a little bit more attention, right? And then the fourth stage, which is what we're finally at, is that people look at it and they're like, all right, it's legitimate. If it weren't, then his brother and his friends wouldn't be doing it and talking about it as well. And I'm also sick of what I'm doing as a job or as a 9 to 5. So let me check this thing out. And how can I learn? And that's kind of the stage. Finally, I've been doing this for 9 years. That's finally where I've gotten to. And so now it's a little bit more fun to talk about. But guys, no matter what stage you're at of this, I think you're going to find this interesting. And so just to kind of give you a little bit of background, I've worked with single moms, single dads. I've worked with millionaire business owners. I've worked with real estate investors. I've worked with doctors. I've worked with like professional lawyers, college students, broke college students, corporate America, 9 to 5 people climbing the ladder and everything in between. And one of those people that I've worked with or that I've like brought into this is Porter, who, like I told you, is my little brother. And I wanted to specifically bring Porter on because not when Porter started doing this, which was what, 2 years ago?
Yeah,
Like 2 years ago. Not only
it's about
did
2 years ago.
he had no sales experience, but he also had like negative tech experience. Like that's right around 2 years ago, is right around the time you got your first like smartphone, right?
Basic, yeah, legit.
Yeah. Not between the two of us, not really. I'm not saying that we have a combined HCT score that we're going to put on our Facebook page. We're not technical people, okay? And so whenever you bring somebody like me or Porter, it's like, all right, these guys are just simple people. If they can do it, I can do it. So now, guys, Porter, 2 years later, he makes $10,000 per month renting these simple websites. We're going to show you one of these websites. In fact, maybe I'll do that first. But basically, I brought Porter on. I want to just like have him share his experience, having no experience, no technical experience, how he's been able to do it. Ask him a few questions, and then also one thing you should know, and I'm going to show you guys an example, is Porter doesn't do this full time. This is something that he does kind of on the side. He works on the family farm. He's taken over the family farm. That's his main priority. So this is like a part-time thing for him, and which I think is very interesting to note because he's not doing this full time. So a lot of you guys might be watching this and you have full-time jobs. which I know you do because you're on this YouTube live right now, which means you're trying to escape work and you're getting paid to do it. But anyway, let me show you a quick example, and then Porter, I'm gonna pepper you with some questions. Also on that note, Porter, as he's built this 10K per month business, he's also gotten married. He has a baby. How old's your baby? 4 months.
4 months old.
Amazing, dude. So, for those of you that are like, I have kids, I don't have time, whatever your excuse is, you do have time. Okay. Okay. Porter, can you see my screen?
Yep, I can see it.
I'm going to give you just a quick example. This is what we do. If we, basically we build simple websites, we get them to the top of Google, and then when people call those websites, we get paid. Very simple. We build, rent, and rank simple web websites, simple web assets. We're website rental people, we're middlemen, we're whatever. We're just basically we're putting a customer and a business owner together using a website. And you're gonna see here in a second, we're anything but web designers, okay? So I'm gonna show you one of my ugliest websites I've ever produced in my entire life. If you type in tow truck St. George, Utah, towing St. George, Utah, uh, all the stuff around towing, you're gonna go here, and this very first listing here says towing St. George. If you click on this, you're gonna come across an absolute banger of a website. Okay. As you can see, this is a template that I use from a platform called Weebly. And I know there's people on there right now that are probably like, oh my gosh, how are you even making money on this? That's the point. I'm going to talk about that in a second. By the way, Kevin Saba, my friend from Sierra Leone, what's up, bro? Says come to crypto. Kevin, I'm going to let you keep crypto because I'm Mr. Shiny Object. And if I get into crypto, then I'm going to go down the rabbit hole, not make any money, and I'm eventually going to come back here. So for now, I'm sticking with tried and true Steady Eddie. You guys can keep all the money on the Trump and the Melania coin. But when I come back to Sierra Leone, I do want to talk to you. So this website right here, basically how it works. If Porter gets, let's just actually use a different example. Kevin Sessions, what's up, dude? Kevin Sessions from Cedar City, driving to Vegas, breaks down in St. George, last exit. He goes online, he types in tow truck near me. He comes to my website, he calls this number, I get paid, right? That's it. That's the whole model. Now, just so you guys have a little bit of context, because I was curious exactly how much we're making from this website. I'm going to tell you the exact number that we're making per month and the exact amount of money that we've made all time on this little website, okay? So I am making right now gross $500 per month, okay? I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but $500 per month. And I have all time on this little website, which I think we built in 2019, end of 2019, we've made $25,175. Okay, not bad for this, right? To put it in context, okay? The last real estate property that I bought, and when I say the last, I don't have hundreds of properties, I have four. So let me not make this sound like I have like a bunch of properties. But the last one I bought, it was $415,000, 20% down, so I put $80,000 into it. I don't rent it out because it's a long story. I don't rent it out to anyone. I just have it. But I've priced it out. If I were to rent it out, the most amount of money I'm going to make on that is like, if I'm lucky, $150 a month, right? So I'm making 3 times more on this stupid little website than I am on a property that I put $80,000 into, and I pay HOA, and I'm legally liable for all this different stuff. I have to pay the note. I'm on the hook for. This website right here cost me $80 to build. 80, not 70, not 90, 80. And by the way, I made this, I did a breakdown of it. You can go to Spotify and type in digital real estate secrets, and you guys can check it out. I broke down how much does it cost to build this. $80 to build this, sweat equity, probably 40 to 60 hours. It's maybe $25,000. And it's just on set it and forget it. So this thing, while I'm talking right now, this is bringing in phone calls. While I'm sleeping, while I'm traveling, this is bringing in phone calls. So the game is, what me and Porter do is we just go and find cities and niches where we can build these little websites, rank them really quickly, find business owners that want these jobs, and then we just forward the calls to the business owner and we get paid. Okay? So that's the model. Did I miss anything, Porter?
No, that's perfect.
So I want to ask you some questions. And by the way, anyone else that's on this call right now, We've got Abu Bakar Ba, I'm guessing from Sierra Leone. What's up, brother? Zane Wilson, what's going on? Hope the move's going well, dude. Tong Yang, Peter Bassi from Sierra Leone, Nick Maxwell. If you guys have questions for Porter, great. If not, you guys can just enjoy what he's about to say. I've got some quick questions for you. All honest, straight up. Give me your real answers. No sugarcoating, no fluff, okay?
Sure.
Can you confirm uh, how much you're making? And can you also let people know that I have never helped you on any deal? And by the way, Simon says, hi, Nick and Kyle. This is not Kyle. Kyle's about twice as tall as this guy, and he's like twice his age. But this is Porter, my little brother. Nice to see you on, Simon. Porter, how much you making? And how much you making? And can you confirm that you're doing this part time, just so that we're like on the same page?
Yeah, so I'm making a little over 10K per month.
And
Um,
what? Give us an exact figure so people don't think that
like,
you're on, bro.
sorry, say that you cut out. Like
What's
what?
your exact number? Is it 10,400? Was that what it was?
It's 10,700, 10,700.
10,700. Okay. And you're doing this part-time, correct?
Yes, doing this part time. And it's honestly, I was kind of mad at first because they're like, bro, you know exactly how to do this business model. Like, why don't you just like share these little secrets or like give me a little referral on a few of these business owners? But it's been so much more it's been way more fulfilling to do it myself because I actually am like so bought into it now because it took me as long as it did. And I don't feel like I would have appreciated it as much if you would have helped me. So,
Yeah. I've given him no referrals. In fact, I probably answer his calls less than anybody. I've closed none of his deals, nothing, like zero. Okay. So for those of you that are like, oh, big brother, no, didn't do that at all. Okay. And I will do that for you, but I'll make you pay me for it, right? I'm sure you know
yeah.
that. Um, Okay, next one I've got is honest, honest, honest. Because Porter, when I first started doing this for real, Porter was on his mission in Colorado. He got back, he knew kind of what I was doing. Truth be told, did you think that this was a bag of crap what I was doing, or did you think it was legit, or were you just like, you just didn't know?
I honestly didn't even know what you did. Like for the longest time, like it was funny. I always thought you did something like for only one niche. Like I knew bits and pieces about kind of what you did, but I had zero interest. I had zero like, oh, that's cool. You know, my brother's doing well. And then I came home and then I was like, dude, life's expensive. Being married's expensive. Like I got to start making more money. And then that when I was like, Nick, like what are you actually doing? And probably like most of you guys, you don't really care until you're like, dude, like you're what are you doing? So that was kind of the interest. I would say like when I first like heard about it, it was almost like too good to be true. I was like, dude, is this actually legit? Like this seems so fake. Like how do you have this website and you're making that kind of income per month? Like that just doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't, it just seems too good to be true.
Yeah, no, for sure. Porter probably thought I was up to some shady stuff. He's like, there's no way you're making money renting out these simple websites. Um, Okay, I'm just going to go through these as fast as I can because I see some questions people have, which we're going to get to. Moza, I see you have got a question. I'm going to address here in a second. Um, Truthfully, how has making an extra 10K per month changed your life? And I don't mean that in a cheesy way, but I mean like, has it been like a breath of fresh air, giving you more flexibility? Has it given you more confidence? Like, what was it? Has it done for you personally, being able to make an extra $10,000 per month? Which, by the way, for somebody that, how old are you? 23?
24.
24 years old, married kid, uh, just 10K on its own I mean, it's not the end all be all, but that's not a bad thing. You didn't go to college, you don't have a degree, so that even without the farming stuff, that's not a bad little gig. But yeah, what's it done for you and the family and your life?
It's been game changer. I really I didn't realize how much you needed it. Like I felt like I was like, oh, I could live like when I first moved out, I got an apartment, like half of it went to rent, half of it went to the food, all the insurance, the whatever. And then I was like, dude, left with like a couple $100. I'm like, dude, this is not okay. Like this is stressful. So to be able to make that kind of money, it takes a little bit off my shoulders to make me feel like, okay, like this is good. But also like I've got way more confidence in my ability to be able to make money. Like I think my biggest thing was again being in this bubble and not being able to realize like the kind of money that's actually out there. Like all you see is what's in front of you until you actually start being around other people that are making this kind of money. And it just like made me realize that like, dude, I can do more and I should expect more out of life than just the huge.
Yeah, I like that. Did you have any experience building websites? Did you even know how to log on, like search?
No, dude, I had Safari on my phone for the longest time. You gave me crap for it because Chrome was the way to go. But no, I had zero tech experience. Like I didn't even have a I didn't own a laptop until like 2 years ago. Seriously. Or like anything. Like I didn't have anything. And so I still am like,
I was just gonna say this is one that a lot of people I think they get intimidated. They're like, yeah, I don't mind talking to people, but I don't know how to build a website. I don't know how to do this thing called SEO. I don't know how to any of this technical. Guys, this business model isn't near as technical as you might think. When I started, I actually didn't know what SEO stood for, which you might not either. It stands for search engine optimization. I didn't know what a domain was, which by the way is just the website, the www dot whatever, that's the domain. I didn't know any of this stuff. And here I am, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go start renting simple websites, building and renting simple websites. So now I look back and I can see why people were like, dude, you're crazy because it made no sense. But neither of us had any technical experience. So Porter, from somebody really speaking, let's say that they're, I don't know, 40 to 50 years old, never built a website, probably not good at social media, whatever, has to have their wife or husband log in for them. How realistic is it for them to be able to build one of these like websites if they've got no experience? Actually, like
yeah.
straight up.
I think easy. I definitely, it's literally drag and drop depending on the platform you use. But I mean, you literally could go look at someone's website and say, "Hey, this looks good," and then kind of like mimic how it looks or whatever. But it's so easy. I didn't. It's you really don't need to overcomplicate it. It's such a simple process that a lot of us get so scared by. But yeah, you could do that easy.
Okay. Um, it's yeah, guys, I second that. I think if I took my son, he's 11. No, he's gonna be 12. I think without question that I could put him through my training and he would have a website at the end that would rank. Like that's how,
No.
So anyway, I think you're right. Did you have doubts about building and renting simple websites when you started? Like what were your doubts? Because for me, it makes total sense. I make all my money doing this. It's provided my lifestyle. I bought real estate properties, all this kind of stuff. That doesn't even cross my mind, but I think when I started, I looked around. It's not that I thought people were lying. I just thought like maybe everyone else can do it. I can't. Did you have any doubts when you started?
Yeah, well, dude, the only job I ever had was working on the farm, and so to kind of be for you to be able to say, hey, you can make money on a computer or whatever, like you almost just think like, yeah, that's good, but like not from my personality or this type of lifestyle, right? So like when I did it, I was like, it's just too complicated. It's like I would do it, but I also was afraid because I was like everything the money that I made, I worked for. Like I literally physically went and did it, and then I got paid for it. And so like to have that like recurring income was kind of like mind blowing to me. And also starting out at however old I was, and to have that money, I was scared to like. And this is like my first venture, you could say. So maybe someone that but for me, that seemed pretty big to be able to spend money and then expect to get it back, right? Because you don't have much to begin with, and then to hopefully get it back, like if I make it work, right? And that was my thing. And then finally, when it changed, was when I was like, dude, I'm gonna do exactly everything that you say, exactly how it's supposed to be done, and I don't care how long it takes. And it finally just like every month or every day I did it, I got more and more like bought into it, and it finally just clicked for me. And I was like, I'm just going to give everything I have, and then it just starts to fall into place.
So Porter's somebody, guys, that he has a really hard time sitting still. If we're playing board games as a family, which I do not like to do, by the way, so it's very rare nowadays, but back when I used to semi enjoy it, He'll literally in between every turn he has to stand up. He's walking around. He's on his phone. He cannot sit still. So I remember your concern at the beginning was like, how am I going to sit at a computer and do this? How have you been able to do this? I've never even asked you because it's very tough for you to like sit down and do this. You're more of the go out, be on the tractor, move pipe, do that kind of stuff. So this wasn't, I know you were worried about that. How have you been able to, I mean, if you're taking Adderall or something, you can just go ahead and let us know right now. But what's the secret here, bud?
Oh, dude, I honestly, it's weird, but I feel like the
That's a
year or the
joke, by
months
the
that I
way.
do better.
That's a joke.
Yeah, I'm not taking Adderall.
If Porter took Adderall, dude, he'd be off the freaking walls. He needs the opposite of Adderall. Okay, keep going.
Yeah. But anyways, I honestly do better when I actually like it's funny like because I farm full time. I feel like that honestly is the best thing for me because I need to be able to have that kind of escape of like do something like with my body, get outside, like get my mind clear and come back to the computer and it's like those like couple hours like five people that are watching this, it's like you have such an advantage because like you're so dead. That's what kind of pushed me was like, hey, I don't want to get out of this, but I want to be able to like not rely on this source of income. I want to completely like live my life off this. And so like that kind of motivated me, but like I would do it for a couple hours a day, but I felt like I got more out of the 2 hours at night after I got done farming than I did the 8 hours of sitting at my computer because I can't focus for that long. Like I literally can't just sit down for 8 hours. Like I have to do 30 minutes, go do something, 30 minutes, do something, but I can't do it. So for me, it's just like do something, go work out, do whatever I need to do, sit down, say, hey, I got 2 hours, and I get so much more done in 2 hours than I did 8 hours.
I agree. I'm a little bit like that too. Um, okay, I have just a couple more questions, and then I want you to show one of your websites that you built, and you can tell us you can be one you're most proud of, the one that's the ugliest, and I want you to tell everyone how much you're making from that website. But a couple quick questions. How long did it actually take you to build your first site?
Probably took me like realistically, probably like to build it out like a month, and then to do all the other jazz, it was just kind of slow. I'd say like a month.
And working on that was like 2 hours a day.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, I already asked that question. What do you think is the biggest reason that people don't start doing this? So I have people all the time, they're like, I'll have people message, and again, this isn't like a ton of people, but occasionally people will message me and say, hey man, I see what you're up to, and I'm wondering if it's something that I can do. I'm interested. I hate my job, blah, 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 blah. And then I never hear back from them. So
Mhm.
I guess at some point they just like get spooked or they get sidetracked or whatever. What do you think is the biggest reason people don't start doing this?
Um, I think it's a fear of failing. I really do. I think it's like I don't want to try something and then it's worked for us, and so like if it doesn't work for them, it's going to be maybe embarrassing in a way. Like I almost just feel like it's this lack of trust in themselves in insecurities. And it could be the money, but like you really can't argue with the fact that it costs $80 to build this website. You know what I'm saying? Like literally the numbers, it's like a no-brainer. But to someone, I just feel like it comes down to the excuse of like, oh, well, he's got sales experience or he's Nick's brother or he's whatever. But it's like if you don't make it work, like it's on you. It's not really the idea. That's what I feel like why a lot of people fail. And a lot of people are just in their heads. They overthink the whole thing. And I think if you could just kind of dumb it down a little bit and just be like, dude, you could figure this out. It might take you a little bit longer than some of us, but like you'll figure it out.
Yeah. What do you think is the biggest reason people fail that start doing this? We've all, by the way, just so everybody knows, not everybody that does this goes and makes 10K. Not everybody does this goes, I mean, we have extremes. I have one guy that he started working, we started teaching him 2 years ago. He's doing $87,000 per month. Insane.
Yeah.
We've also got people, Porter knows, I know, that come in, they have every reason to succeed and then they fail. Why do you think that is? What's the biggest reason people fail? That the ones that do start doing this, what's the biggest reason they fail?
Um, I think they get shiny object syndrome. I think they join the course excited. They realize that hey, it's harder than they expected, which I think yeah, it's simple, but it's not like you have to do some work. It's not like it's hey, as soon as you build a website, like no more, you don't have to ever look at it. Like there's definitely some things you have to upkeep, right? It's a business, so there's like pullbacks and setbacks. but I think a lot of people will join and they don't see results right away. And so they jump ship, they find something else, and they're like, I could maybe do this like a lot faster. When in reality, this took me 2 years and I'm making 10K. That's really not that long, really, when you think about it. Like, I know a lot of us want to make it like in the next 2 months, but it's like, I mean, I'll take it. 10K, or obviously I want to do a lot more than that, but like even if I was to do 10K every 2 years, I mean, I'm pretty happy, you know?
For sure. For sure. I mean, if you're comparing that to like a job, let's say you're out of school and you're let's say your entry level position is 10K a month, which means you have a really good degree and you're probably living in a city that you may or may not want to live in, and your costs are probably really expensive. You're definitely not doing 10K a month working at a business, working at a job in Parowan, Utah. That's just for sure.
Yeah.
But let's say you do like the for you to get to 20K, for you to double your income is almost impossible. If you do, it's going to take you 10 years, kissing a lot of butt, shaking hands, going to all the meetings, not pissing anyone off, not having any political views, going to the bathroom when you're told to go, only taking vacation, like just it's a mess. And you can get fired at any point. So I wouldn't say it's too bad
Yeah.
for 2 years worth of work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So here's what I want to
No,
do.
it's
Go finish your thought. Then I got two things I want to do. We'll end this live, and then if anyone has questions, anything
that's
you want.
perfect. No, I was just gonna say, I think that if you guys actually had a desire to like start a business, like I think if you guys really checked all the boxes that you guys want in a business, I think you guys would really realize that like this could work for literally anybody. Like we have people that do this that are firemen, that are, I mean, I'm farming, police officers, like whatever you can possibly name it. That's what's cool is you get to rub shoulders with people that wouldn't normally rub shoulders with, and that every personality out there from 80 years old. I don't know what's our oldest person that does this. I don't know, but like pretty old, and then down to we had a 16-year-old that was landing deals.
Yeah. I mean, definitely a few in the 60s. I think we had one guy in the 70s. I don't know. 80,
Maybe not 80, but
80 might be a
close.
little, you might be over the hump at 80. No, I'm kidding. If you're 80 and you want to do this, I promise you I'll work with you hands on because that'd be a sick case study.
Yeah.
We start slinging this to a whole new audience. You know what I'm saying? No, it doesn't matter what age you are. If you're willing to learn, it's cool. It's doable, right?
Yeah.
Especially for two people coming from Parowan, Utah. Evil waters, baby. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Shout out to Parowan, by the way. It was an amazing childhood. So I just just having fun. So Porter, I want you to show one of your websites that you've built with your own hands, your own money, that's making you money. And I'm going to ask you a final question as we sail off into the sunset. It's 8:48 where I'm at. I'm in Dubai. Porter's in Parowan, Utah. What time is it there, dude?
It is 9:48.
9:48. So you're starting today. I'm just barely getting done. So I'm going to give you co-host. I want you to show one of your sites
Okay.
real quick.
What if I could even give you one that I'm building right now?
Show. Do you have one that's show? Just show us the site real quick. Go look. Or you
Okay,
want to
gotcha.
just give me the domain? You want to give me the domain? I'll check it out.
Yeah. Do LawrencevilleConcrete.com.
LawrenceVilleConcrete.com. Okay, let me see if it goes to it really quick. Then I'll share my screen. I can guarantee you Porter just gave you his best site. So whatever this is, just guarantee this is his best one. There's no way he gave us his ugliest.
This is the best site.
Just kidding. All right. This one it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So check this bad boy out. Uh, it's actually pretty sound. It's not, obviously isn't a web design beauty or anything like that, but it looks better than mine by a long shot. He's got his tracking number here. He's got his little quote form. He's got his content. He's actually got some really, if you might not know this because you wouldn't know what to look for, but he's actually done a really sound SEO. I can just tell with some of the stuff he has up in the heading. Oh, sorry, in the page description up here. But actually, this is pretty solid. So, how much is this little website making you per month?
This one right here is making me 1,600 per month.
$1,600 per month. Where's Lawrenceville, by the way?
Yes. That's in it's kind of it's outside of Atlanta, like a little suburb city.
Ah, so this is in Georgia. Okay.
Yeah.
Lawrenceville Concrete. Every time that phone number rings, Porter's bank account gets a little dingle. It gets a little bumpski. Every time he's golfing, he's on the tractor, and that phone number rings, he's getting paid, right? I kind of look at this like Porter, you've seen Despicable Me, obviously.
Yeah.
It's like you got these minions, dude, that are out there and they're literally just doing work for you. But the difference is the minions have like feelings and stuff like that. These guys have no feelings. They don't need holidays. They don't need vacations. They're just working. You build them, you set them free. They go make you money, and you can build as many as you want. So, yeah, that's it, guys. Super simple. So, we got Zach, for sorry, dude. Here's a question I have for
Sorry.
you. Sorry. By the way, sorry to call you that, bud. I got a little confused, a little late over here.
No, it's okay.
What advice would you give somebody watching this right now that is contemplating jumping into this? And then I'm gonna go to Moses got a question, but what advice would you give somebody that's contemplating, got a little toe dipped in the water, thinking about jumping in, but they're nervous for this, that, whatever reason? What advice would you give them?
I would tell them th look at your life now. If you're happy with where you want to be, great, then stay there. But I think most of us want a little bit more out of life than sometimes we put out to be. I would say if you're thinking about doing this, I would say do it. I say that there's no other bit. Maybe there is a business model, but nothing that I would be interested in. But that is going to be able to make you the amount of money that you can do with being able to do something that you love. For example, I don't know if I could do any other business model while thinking and love one. And this passive as it work to it, but like you basically are checking every box that you possibly could do. I would say don't overthink it. If we are literally this, you do it for sure. There's plenty of people out there that are testimonials of that. But I wouldn't say just don't overthink. Say, hey, I got $1,000 to try. You would be able you could land a deal and you could get a client, you know. So I would say don't overthink it. If I can do it, but I don't know out there.
Yeah, I like that. That's good advice. Okay, bro. Moses said, "How many customers are rent?" By the way, I know that we're getting a little choppy here. We're about to end this, but he said, "How many customers are renting the site?" That's one customer, Mozo. So you could do this however you want. You could rent this to multiple companies. The way that Porter and I structure these is we work with one company per area. So, for example, I know you're in South Africa. Let's say that you wanted to build a Johannesburg tree service site. You would want to work with one company locally and send them all leads. Now, you could split it up, but in my experience, working with one company, giving them a great service is the best way to do it. And then his follow-up question said,
Mm.
is just one customer renting or many renting your site? Porter's website, that is. Yeah, so one customer per website. And there's a lot of reasons why we do that, which I can share with you. So anyway, guys, that's all I wanted to share. If you guys have any questions, Porter, actually, this is one thing that Porter has been really helpful to do. If people have questions and they just want to ask you, do you want to just, how can they reach out to you? Because he's been really good. I know a bunch of people in some of the other groups have reached out to him that we're a part of, and he's really cool to just jump on like 15-minute call. Do you want to drop your cell phone number and they can text you, or and this is actually your cell phone. This isn't like a trap phone, right?
No, this is my personal style, dude.
All right, just checking. Just making sure, bud.